Welcome back to my channel because I genuinely cannot stop thinking about this General Hospital situation. And honestly, my brain is spinning in 12 different directions right now. So let's talk about the rumor, the possibility, the what if that has completely divided the fandom lately. Haley Pullos possibly returning to General Hospital, but not as Molly. As Kristina. I'm sorry, what? Because the second I started seeing fans throw this idea around, I froze for a second. Then I started thinking about it more and more, and now I cannot stop analyzing it. And the craziest part, the more I think about it, the more I can actually see why people are talking about this. Now listen, before anybody jumps into the comments screaming at me, yes, I know Haley's past situation caused massive controversy. We all know that. It became one of the biggest off-screen scandals tied to General Hospital in years. Some fans are still angry. Some fans never want her back. Others believe she deserves another chance. The fandom is split right down the middle, like Port Charles after one of Sunny's explosions. But if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I do believe people can rebuild their lives. I do. And after everything that happened, Haley has quietly started stepping back into acting again. That matters. That tells me she's trying to move forward instead of disappearing forever. Whether people support her or not, that conversation is happening. And the timing of all this feels very soap opera coded. Because now Kristina's role is suddenly sitting in this weird, uncertain space after Kate Mansi's exit. And immediately my soap brain starts going into conspiracy mode. You know how we GH fans are? One tiny casting shift, and suddenly we're connecting invisible red strings across the wall, like detectives in a thriller movie. And honestly, the idea is wild enough that I could absolutely see General Hospital considering it. Here's the thing, though. Haley was Molly for so many of us. That role basically grew up with her. We watched Molly evolve from a kid into an adult through Haley's performance. Whether people want to admit it or not, she became deeply attached to the identity of that character. So now imagining her coming back and playing Molly's sister instead, that is such a bizarre emotional twist for longtime viewers. Like, imagine the scenes. Imagine Alexis talking to Kristina, and all some viewers can think is, that used to be Molly in my head. My brain would short circuit for at least 2 weeks. I already know it would. But at the same time, soaps love this kind of thing. They love uncomfortable casting energy. They love creating weird emotional reactions from the audience. Sometimes soaps practically feed off viewer confusion like vampires feeding under moonlight. And honestly, that chaos is part of why we keep watching after all these years. Now let's talk about Kristina herself, because this is where I get emotional. I do not want Kristina killed off. I'm serious. I really don't. This character still has too much story left. Too much emotional mess. Too much family drama attached to her. Kristina is Sunny's daughter. You cannot just casually throw away a character connected to one of the biggest families in the entire show, like yesterday's leftovers in the Metro Court fridge. No, absolutely not. And after everything Kristina has been through lately, killing her off now would feel so empty to me. There's still conflict with Sunny. There's still emotional fallout everywhere. There's still room for redemption, destruction, heartbreak, all of it. Kristina still feels important to the canvas even when the writing gets messy. And let me tell you something else that's been bothering me. I feel like General Hospital sometimes panics too quickly with recasts and exits lately. Does anyone else feel that way, or is it just me screaming into the soap void alone? Because sometimes it feels like the show gets nervous and starts shuffling characters around before viewers even have time to emotionally adjust. And that's why this Haley conversation has exploded so much. Because unlike a random newcomer, Haley already has history with the audience. People already have feelings attached to her face, her voice, her energy. You're not introducing a stranger. You're reintroducing somebody who already lived inside this world for years. That changes everything. Now, would it be controversial? Oh, absolutely. Some fans would revolt instantly. I can already hear the angry posts typing themselves. Some viewers would never accept her as Kristina because Molly is too iconic in their minds. Others would say this is exactly the kind of risky soap decision the show needs to wake people up again. And honestly, I understand both sides. That's why this topic is so fascinating to me. Part of me thinks giving Haley another opportunity could actually become a powerful comeback story. Soap operas are literally built on redemption arcs. These shows survive on second chances, third chances, secret twins, fake deaths, memory loss, all of it. So the idea of an actress rebuilding herself through a different role inside the same soap universe, that almost sounds too soap opera to be fake. But another part of me worries it could become distracting. Because viewers are emotional creatures. We get attached. We remember everything. We compare everything. One awkward scene and suddenly social media turns into a battlefield for 3 straight months. And General Hospital fans are passionate. You all know that. GH fans can turn a 5-second stare between two characters into a full FBI investigation overnight. And poor Kristen too, because I don't think enough people acknowledge how difficult her position already was coming into Molly after Haley's departure. Recasts are hard. Soap fans are loyal to familiarity almost to an unhealthy degree sometimes. So stepping into those shoes already came with enormous pressure. That's why this whole situation feels emotionally complicated instead of simple. But at the end of the day, if General Hospital truly plans to keep Kristina alive and active, they need somebody who can handle massive emotional material. Somebody who understands soap pacing. Somebody who can survive fan scrutiny. Somebody who already understands the pressure cooker atmosphere of Port Charles. And Haley does fit some of those boxes, whether people like hearing it or not. Do I think this casting could actually happen? Maybe. Do I think General Hospital producers are at least aware fans are discussing it? Absolutely. Do I think the fandom would completely lose its collective mind if Haley suddenly walked on screen as Kristina? Without question. The internet would combust into flames before the ending credits even rolled. And honestly, part of me kind of wants to witness the chaos. Not because I want drama for the sake of drama, but because soap operas are supposed to make us feel something, shock us, divide us, make us yell at our televisions like emotionally unstable detectives who haven't slept in 3 days. That's part of the experience. That's why we stay invested after all these years. So now I'm throwing the question to you guys, because I genuinely want to know where everybody stands on this. If Kristina stays alive, would you accept Haley returning to General Hospital in the role? Or would that feel too strange after her history as Molly? I'm telling you right now, this debate is going to keep getting louder. And if GH actually pulls the trigger on something this bold, Port Charles fandom may never recover emotionally.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.